the special effects in the movies, water, fire, explosions. In the movie, there are playtime sequences. This time, we did something very stylized. The playtime is like a pastel look. I was definitely involved a lot of these brushstrokes when you see on the characters.
For nearly 3 decades, the Toy Story films have shown children bringing entire worlds to life by showing them playing with their toys. These scenes are called playtime sequences, and in Toy Story 5, we see the idea in a new direction that transforms Bonnie's imagination into pastel-colored fantasy scenes. Instead of using the franchise's familiar visual language, these scenes resemble illustrations from a children's storybook with hand-drawn textures, brushstroke details, and soft crayon-like colors appearing across the screen. Creating that look required far more than simply applying a new visual filter. Pixar Animation Studios developed a collaborative workflow involving its FX, lighting, modeling, compositing, and shading teams to build environments and effects that could support the film's distinctive aesthetic. To learn more about how they were created, IGN India spoke with Ravindra Dwivedi, effects technical director at Pixar, whose team helped develop the stylized environments and effects seen throughout the playtime scenes. As an effects technical director on Toy Story 5, what sequences or specific FX elements were primarily under your ownership? What were you and your team directly responsible for?
So speaking about, generally like for animated movies, we are responsible for, a lot of the special effects in the movies, like water, fire, explosions, if there is anything magical and smoke, dust. So, anything that's not character related generally, falls under our umbrella. So this movie was a little different. So it's, part of our team did do the same, the standard things that we do, with destruction and, dust and, all the feathers and leaves that are animated. But the other half, and I was also that was my part. In the movie, there are playtime sequences, and they are this time, we did something very stylized. So the playtime means when the kids are playing, we show their imagination. So we really took a very stylized look to them. So I was involved in that, helping them build the environment for the stylized look.
The pastel style playtime sequences are something new in the Toy Story series that we haven't seen before. They are described to have this ephemeral hand-drawn pastel look. Can you walk us through how that style was created? What was the direction and new techniques or even any tools that had to be developed to showcase this new pastel textural style?
I mean, playtime has always been part of the Toy Story movies, right? We saw Andy's, but Andy's was a little bit more in the style of the movie, the standard render. So this time we had never seen Bonnie's playtime. So this was really an opportunity to to have something to have fun with it. So really the stylus sequence, the playtime is a pastel look, and it really works because kids draw with crayons and all that. So that was also a fun play. There was definitely a purpose. It wasn't it was very purposeful intentional choice. So CGRAPH is a conference, a computer graphics conference where we present a lot of our techniques, how we achieve something. Our paper got accepted, and we'll be presenting on July 19th at the LA Convention Center. If somebody out there is more interested in the paper is out there after we do the presentation. But just to in short, it was a lot of collaboration between different departments, FX and compositing and lighting and modeling. It came all together with collaboration and just thinking outside of the pipeline and figuring out what we want.
Toy Story 5 has a toy meets tech theme. How did this theme influence your work as an FX director? How did the teams work with each other, and were you involved in designing any specific new effects for the new electronic toys like the lily pad, or for any scenes involving devices and screens?
Yeah, so because I was involved in the playtime sequences for the stylized look, I definitely touched a lot of these, these elements in a stylized manner. So really what you see is these brushstrokes quality to them, right? So I was definitely involved in a lot of these brushstrokes when you see on the characters. I worked more on the environment side of it. The character stylized look was more on the shading side, and really they are the ones that touch the characters, and they are the ones that define the look. So that part stayed with them, but we collaborated very closely to them if they needed anything for that stylized look. So for that environment, I definitely helped them out, and and just the environment to help with that look.